We all have a favorite story, a memorable day with a friend, an important family moment, a powerful experience. Maybe we love hearing the story, or perhaps we like telling it ourselves. Stories are how we recall and pass along, how we learn and grow. Above all, stories are how we share. We create through stories, a fictional account of a far-off world, or more realistically, what dreams we have. What's the next step? Stories let us think change, what has been, and what could be. Stories and storytelling are critical components to any change process, whether we are talking about a workplace, a network, or a philanthropic endeavor. Stories are how we learn what issues are affecting our communities, and more importantly, how we talk about them. The challenge with storytelling is that it takes time and effort to produce and listen to stories. Many projects don't have the time or the audience to effectively use storytelling to connect with or listen to communities. Stories that we're writing sit in newsletters and on websites but don't go anywhere from there. Storytelling is treated as an end as opposed to a process. That's why we came up with Archive. We think that stories are data and offer unique insights into how a network or community works and operates. Stories are those important moments that shape the what and why of a project, but also documents the actions that are being taken as we move towards a goal. By looking to the archive of stories that we create, we can better understand the audience of our stories, who is listening, and what they are telling us over time as the stories we tell move and change. Archive is a storytelling and listening process that lets us measure the fidelity of what we call storytelling relationships. What does this mean? I'll give you a couple examples. First, change-oriented organizations often find themselves involved in collaborative efforts, which bring a variety of different voices to the decision-making table. The diversity of voices is key to the process of collaboration, but also means that everybody is approaching the table oriented in a slightly different direction. We all have our own interests, we all have those things that we care about. At this table, what we do need, though, is an agreement on what success looks like. In this case, the fidelity of the story relationship is the arrangement of voices in a way that lets everyone have their own perspective, but also share a common understanding of the issue that we are confronting. We can all have a different position, we are all looking in the same direction. Secondly, when we are talking about engaging with communities affected by social issues, organizations work as the front lines to connect community members with the resources that they need. Organizing networks work to empower communities to tell their own story and identify audiences where the stories will have an impact. Storytelling fidelity organizationally is the authenticity or the closeness of the relationship that a mission of an organization has with the story and the experience of the community that's affected. To put this another way, if we are looking to connect community members with resources, we need to be telling their story in a manner that respects that they told it. So how does Archive work in these cases? We need to look at what we call story artifacts. A story artifact is a single moment from a larger story or event. For example, a single line from an interview is an artifact from that larger conversation. A photo or video, remembering the smell of coffee from the morning, that saying that we hear at every meeting, or a segment of a conversation over a drink. Story artifacts are moments that have a powerful meaning based on those who are listening and or telling the story. These story artifacts are used to create storytelling opportunities for other members of an organization, a project, or a network. We share the story artifacts with participants who respond to a series of questions about what the moment means to them or what it says to them. What makes Archive different is that we don't ask a question offering only two options to an answer, such as true or false, but instead we use different spatial models to allow us to map answers topologically. Different models let us ask different questions or highlight the unique conversations and connections involved within a network. Using this collected data, our team is able to make suggestions and offer policy changes to better connect the stories being told by a project with an audience, or to identify what the differences in the stories are. What we have found is that the higher the storytelling relationship, or the closer aligned a project stories are, the more effective those projects are at meeting their needs or goals. The ways that we tell stories affect what we do, but also how well we do it. This is why we are most excited about Archive. Not only does it allow us to compare and identify powerful stories, but by looking at a community or project over time through the archive of stories that they tell, we can look to the impact that the project is having on the stories that are being told, Archive lets us look at impact in a very different way, thinking impact in terms of a process. If you're interested or want to learn more, get in contact with us at cora.communications@gmail.com or visit us at our website, coracommunications.org. We are really excited to hear from you. We're excited to listen to and help you tell your story.